Have you had an emergency come up where you have needed thousands of pounds to pay off something straight away, but not had the money in your account to pay it off? What have you done? Have you stuck it on a credit card, or have you had an emergency fund in place that you could pay off that money straight away? Let's talk about this further in the video. Stay tuned. Hi guys, and welcome back to Educating Mike, the channel that helps you develop your business, money and personal life to be where you want it to be. So not having an emergency fund available straight away can be really costly, and it isn't a good financial strategy to follow. So let's talk about why you need an emergency fund today. So the first reason why you need an emergency fund today is it stops you going into debt. You don't need to get out the credit card when you need the money to get out of trouble. See, what too many people do is they don't have an emergency fund, so they don't have any spare money, and they just put it onto the credit card whenever the emergency comes up. So this is really important, because if you were in debt, or if you are currently in debt, you're going to go into further debt, or you're going to go back into debt. And this is just really bad, because you're going to have interest on top if you don't pay it off every month. And it's just going to keep building and building. So if you have an emergency fund in place, you pay it all off, then you just build up your emergency fund back again. Tip number 2 is it gives you financial comfort. It makes you feel safer knowing that you can save money and it has been stored away in the rainy day fund so that you can set money aside if something does come up. This is going to make you feel so much better, because you're going to feel so less stressed, you're going to be able to sleep easier, you're going to feel better because you have the emergency fund to get you out of any problems that come up. You are in control of your finances rather than your money controlling you. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to be in the situation where you can control things, and you can feel that as finance is a big part of our lives, we do need to feel that we are in control of that part of our life, and we do have a certain amount of control of that part of our life. Although we have so many things which are out of control in our life, finance should be one thing that we can control and that we can put right. So tip number 3 is in case you lose your job. Now it gives you a safety net to fall back on in case you do lose your job. Now there's been a lot of job losses, unfortunately, through the coronavirus. But if you have some savings put aside, whether it only be £1,000 or whether it be more than that, it can get you out of 1 or 2 months, and it can get you through having that real problem of not having that paycheck at the end of the month and not being able to pay the rent, or not being able to afford to even buy food even. It just gives you a safety net. It makes you feel better again. In this situation, and in this financial situation that we're in, we need to actually have money behind us, because we don't know where our job security is now. Sadly, it doesn't really exist. Only now, I would say, skill security exists. So that's why you need to build up your skills, so that you're in the position that if you do get made redundant, you are able to transition into a new job, because you have all those skills which an employer is really looking for. Because even if you do lose your job, there's always another employer out there who's wanting to get you and wanting to employ you. So going back to the original point, in case you lose your job, you have that reserve money to get you through that time. So the 4th point is that travel it gives you a little bit of extra money if you do want to travel or if you do need to travel in the future. Now, whether it be to go back to visit a family member or whether it is just purely for a holiday for yourself, you've got a little bit of extra money saved away for spending money or for rainy day, of course, as well. But if you're in a good financial situation, you will have the extra little bit of money to spend on a holiday. It can kind of get you out of a few things if you spent a little bit more extra on holiday than you should have. You've got a little bit of savings behind you to fall back on when you come back. And it just puts you in a better position if you do want to travel or if you do need to travel for any emergencies or any reasons why. And the last point is saving for a goal. So you're looking to start up a business, you're looking to pay down your mortgage quickly. Having an emergency fund is a great way for saving for a goal, because you put that base amount of money in place so that you can build and build and build on top of that. So you can either pay down debt quicker, you can start a business if you can get enough money together to start a business, but as well having an emergency fund, and you're going to be in a great place in case the business doesn't take off or things don't go quite as well as you wanted them to. Or if you are looking to pay down a mortgage and pay it down quick, if something comes up, once you've paid down a lot of money in your mortgage, if something does come up, you've got the emergency fund to get you out of something. Say if it's a washing machine breaking down or a car or anything like that, you've got a little bit of extra money there to kind of get you out of it. If you have paid a lot of money towards your mortgage or any kind of other investments or any kind of other costs that you might have wanted to take on for any other reason, whether it be business related or personal related, it just gives you that extra buffer that you need. So overall, I think emergency fund is just a great thing to have. You need to feel in control of your finances. You need to feel in control of your future. An emergency fund gives you that base level. I can go forward with my life. I can do things with my life. I'm not going to get into more debt and get into credit card debt if something does come up. And I feel more financially secure with an emergency fund. Now, some people say £1,000 is enough for an emergency fund, but personally, I do think that you will need more than that. I personally think if you can get between 3 to 6 months saved up as an emergency fund, then you're in a good place. What do I mean by the 3 to 6 months? I mean 3 to 6 months of living expenses. So in theory, if you were to lose your job today, you would have at least 3 months savings to actually pay rent and food. So in case that you didn't have any more income coming in. Now obviously I do recommend that you have side hustles or some kind of alternative ways of income than your main job. But if you don't, then this is a great strategy to put in place so that you have that security in case something does happen. Like I said, in these times we need to be looking out for ourselves as best as we can, and we need to be putting in sound financial principles into our life so that we are stable and able to build rather than cave into any kind of debt or any kind of other financial pressure which has been put on us. So thanks guys for watching that video. If you liked it, give us a like. Please comment if you would like to, and please remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.